Online dating scams are expected to increase as the world celebrates Valentine's Day, with AI tools being used to create fake profiles and deceive users. Whether meeting someone online or off, it's good to keep safety in mind. Well, Cybersecurity Specialist Shaun Pakade joins us live now for a broader conversation on this matter. Shaun, good afternoon and thank you for your time.
Hi, how are you doing?
No, I'm good. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Firstly, what should one keep in mind when perhaps looking to join a dating app?
So I think we need to be cognizant of the fact that COVID did really accelerate the use of digital platforms. And what we've seen over the years is that there's been an increase in not only the usage of social media, but also the usage of online dating apps, right? So what's important to note, this has become then now a fertile ground for scammers to be able to use this as a tool to not only scam people, but also further leverage their scamming fraternity. So what people should look for when it comes to this time of the year, but also generally just normally in terms of online dating, is that they need to be cognizant of people that are communicating with them. The main things to look out for is the excessive love bombing that these fake profiles do, but also is the fact that they're always distant in terms of where they are in proximity to their victims. But also what they want, which is probably the most crucial thing, is they always want to solicit large sums of money, but also they can also gradually, accumulate different amounts of money over time, which obviously amounts to bigger amounts of money. But also there's always a sense of drama that's associated with these scammers. There's always something that's urgent that they need to fix, or something that they need to mitigate when it comes to their families or their health or their investment. And they also require some details from the victims, which at a later stage they might be able to use to solicit further, financial gains.
How longer down the line would some of this drama start to unfold? Because one assumes they're always a step ahead. These fraudsters, that just as we're talking now, they've heard of the do and don'ts, they know that we now know, and perhaps if they used to do it within a shorter period where they tell you of the sob story, it would now take longer, where they seem as though they're honest and build a level of trust. So how long does it take before the drama unfolds?
So I would liken it to a pot of stew. So to get a really rich pot of stew, you really need to give it time, put everything that you have to put in it, put the water, give it the heat that it requires, give it all the necessary ingredients to get a very nice, robust and rich stew. So what we're dealing with here is someone that is trying to gain your trust, and trying to get you to a vulnerable position so that they can be able to solicit whatever they want from you. So it's literally a confidence trust thing. And trust is not built overnight. It really takes some time in terms of how you actually build that trust so that you can be able to basically intercept that vulnerability. But I can definitely tell you now that the better the scammer is, the shorter the time period in which they take to be able to actually solicit anything from you. But it definitely is not an overnight thing, because they need to gain your trust, and they need you to basically to be able to identify with them, and they need you to be able to basically do anything that they would require from you.
Are dating apps, though, doing enough to keep their users safe, or coming up with more innovative ways to keep them safer?
Yes, they are. But at the end of the day, the platform can be secure. You can have 2FA. They can put all the necessary constraints on the app to be able to safeguard their users. But dating scams lie solely on social engineering. They lie on the actual user itself. So what normally people would do, or these scammers would do, is that they would bypass those security mitigations that are put there by the actual platforms, and then they would want to steer you to another platform like WhatsApp or Messenger, so that they can be able to freely communicate with you and continue building that trust and not have any trackability, so that if you have a problem and you find yourself that you've been scammed, or you're in a situation where you find that your information's been leaked, that there is no body or platform that can be able to intercept that, and be able to sort of help you out.
So a request to move to another platform for communication is probably the first red flag.
Definitely a red flag, because they want to remove you not only from a secure platform, but they need to have you on a platform where nothing is really traceable. If you look at something like WhatsApp, it's only the phone number that they will be using there. But if they have to be on a platform like Tinder, they have to basically insert details about themselves to be able to create a profile and verify themselves. So what the key thing is to try and move you from those platforms so that they can be able to do whatever they actually want to do in terms of what the plan is with the victim. But I would say, they do use the platforms as well, because it is quite easy to create a fake profile, and I think they use so that they actually gain a bit of credibility. Because if I meet someone on Tinder, I'm already thinking that, this person's been verified, they've been vetted by Tinder, it is a secure platform. So they tend to not stay away most of the time. They build the trust there, and then once they've gotten to a certain level of trust, then they move you to a private platform where they can actually continue and probably close whatever deal they want to do.
Of some of those that have used these dating apps, they've spoken of another kind of app now where they can pay some sort of a subscription fee, and that when there's some sort of a higher fee, there's a higher degree of security. Is this the case?
So there are platforms that are created on a daily for scamming, which is why we always say in the industry that do not steer away or click on links that steer you to websites or landing pages that you are not familiar with. So yes, this is the case, but it'll always be the case. But different bodies do take note of these platforms, and they do shut them down, and they are blacklisted. But these are created on a daily, and it's just something that's ongoing in terms of mitigating that side of things.